Kayla Harrison is now in the UFC. She takes on Holly Holm in her UFC debut at UFC 300 in April. And the first time I heard about this matchup, the first reaction I had was, I don't really like it. I'm a little uneasy about the matchup, and I wanted to just give it a little bit of time to sit and digest and see if I felt the same way. And now that this news has now been out for about a week or two now, I just really still feel, you could say, uneasy about this matchup. And I was just curious what the fan base of the UFC, how they feel about this matchup as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, Kayla Harrison, great signing. She's accomplished, big name, but she's fighting in this fight at bantamweight, 135 pounds, something she's never done. She spent most of her career fighting at 155 pounds in the PFL. Can she make the weight? I guess is kind of, number one, the real big question. Number two, if she makes the weight, how effective is she going to be inside of the octagon after cutting all those extra pounds? We've seen time and time again where fighters have bad weight cuts and how bad it affects them in a fight. You want a good female example? Look at Joanna Jędrzejczyk against Rose Namajunas the first time around, where she had to cut all that extra weight and ended up getting knocked out in the first round. She said she couldn't even feel her legs. Her mind was basically shut off. And she's not the only person. There's been other fighters, males, females, that have had bad weight cuts, had similar experiences. So that's something that worries me. Not only that, you have Holly Holm, 42 years old. Obviously, listen, she's a great competitor. We saw Glover Teixeira on the guys' side of things win a championship at 42 years old. So I'm not going to go ahead and just knock her for being 42. But when you do get to that age, you have to ask, has time caught up to you? We know her last outing didn't look too good there, losing to Moreno Bueno Silva, who we just saw Bueno Silva put on a very bad performance against Raquel Pennington. Now, Holly Holm beat Raquel Pennington twice. Holly Holm beat Ronda Rousey. Holly Holm's a former champion. Holly Holm has shared the octagon with the likes of Chris Cyborg, Amanda Nunes, a lot of great competitors. So, listen, she's battle-tested. We have a lot of great things to say about Holly Holm. Even if time had caught up to her, great legacy, somebody who's always going to be remembered by UFC fans. But still, you got to ask that question at 42. What's the future kind of have in store for her? So that's when I look at this matchup. Yeah, sure, two big names, yes. Big matchup. I don't know. I still feel a little uneasy about it. And we don't even know Kayla Harrison's full potential yet. I imagine, I'm not taking anything away from what she did in the PFL, nothing away from what she did in the Olympics. But right now, she will be going against the best of the best. There's a reason why the UFC is the glamour promotion in the sport of mixed martial arts, because all of the best fighters are there. And again, PFL, Bellator, no disrespect to them, they're obviously rising, growing. They're a merger now. Hopefully, they can build that up to compete against the UFC one day. But still, we have a lot of unknowns here. And that's why, for me, I'm just really uneasy about this matchup. Now, maybe as time goes on, some of those feelings may go away. We'll see as, the fighters get closer to fight night, see how they're looking, see what they're saying, all those types of things. But right now, looking at it here, with still a meaningful period of time left before UFC 300, just uneasy feeling about this fight. Let me know what you guys think about it. Just curious. I'm sure probably many of you do feel the same way as me. Maybe some of you guys are very excited for this matchup, and maybe I'm just overthinking things and looking way too far into the weeds on things. So let me know what you guys think.